today. On today's episode, I welcome on a very special guest. He's Jason Siggers. He's a professional basketball player and in player development. I'm very excited to have Jason on the show because he loves basketball, I love basketball, and he loves anime, and I love anime. So this is an awesome episode. Love one of my two favorite things in the world collide together, basketball and anime. Jason, thanks so much for joining us today on the Anime Village podcast. How are you doing today?
Good, man. Thanks for having me. I've been looking forward to this conversation for a while.
I know. I'm glad we're able to set it up with our busy schedules between the two of us.
Sure.
Yeah. We're going to talk about your basketball background first, and then we'll kind of jump into anime. And I know we can talk to anime for a while, as we were just talking a little bit off air about anime in Japan. But I want to know, how did you fall in love with the game of basketball?
Oh man, I wish I had a choice. It kind of just was in my genes already. My dad played college ball, played his whole life, and put the basketball in my crib before I even knew what basketball was. So around like the age of 4 or 5, I was running around dribbling the basketball, man. That's what I wanted to do all the time, thanks to my dad.
That's awesome. That's great. I mean, what was it like you grew up in Dallas, the Dallas area? I mean, we mentioned like that you do player development down there. I mean, there's a lot of great players that come out of the Dallas area, the metro area, and that Texas area, which is a gigantic state. What was it to play in the area against some great competition?
It was amazing, so in my generation, younger, we played outside. So that there was no age groups. It was,
Yeah.
if you could play, then you would play. So that was like my first experiences with basketball before I got organized, which taught me a lot about toughness and humility. From there, organized basketball just felt right. Just felt like something I wanted to dissect and learn about and get better at. So it just kind of worked for me.
That's great. And so you ended up playing at Albany up in New York. I mean, what was the decision to come up to the Northeast and to play at Albany? And what was your experience to play Division 1? What was that experience like?
Oh, okay. So, fun fact, I'm a JUCO kid. I went two
Oh,
years
nice.
in junior college in New Mexico. So, from there, I was getting recruited a lot, but the recruiting kind of fell off a bit, and Albany was always there. Um, so it felt natural to go somewhere where I was wanted and was getting recruited the entire season. So going to Albany was a learning experience. That was my first East Coast experience. Okay, so my closet wasn't where it needed to be. So first order of business during the winter was to go get a coat, and I enjoyed that experience though, just being in a totally different part of the nation and different kinds of people, different accent. I had an accent back then, so people couldn't understand me. So it was a huge curve, like learning everybody and learning how to talk better so I could be understood. So it was fun, man. It was a good experience.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then like being able to play, Division 1 basketball, led an opportunity to go pro. What was that decision like to go pro? Did you have anything to do with like any NBA combine, or did you do it, or did it lead to overseas?
Well, the good thing is my 2 years at Albany, we won 2 conference championships. So that kind of helped me have some clout as
Yeah.
far as trying to go play. Kind of dabbled in the ABA a little bit,
Oh, nice.
but didn't commit to it. Kind of was just waiting for that overseas opportunity because I knew that's what I wanted to do. As far as the NBA, I did some stuff with the Mavs, but at this time they already had their guys. So
Right.
it was me grinding in the gym, me and my dad and my oldest son, who was a baby at the time, just kind of grinding it out. Had an agent. Agent wasn't so good, but found something for me and ended up playing in Denmark my first year. So that was huge for
Yeah.
me to
You played.
realize a dream.
What was it like to go play overseas? It's a different style of basketball, right? Like playing over in Denmark
Absolutely.
and you played for the Bakken Bears or Bacon Bears
Yes.
or something. I
Yeah,
gotta make
back
sure.
there, yeah.
Bakken Bears. What was that experience like to just get over there and start playing ball?
Whew.
But like,
It was tough, man. Not the best living situation. Didn't have a car.
oh no.
Rode my bike, rode the bus. So to a lot of people, that's terrible, right? But for me, I was happy to do it. I was happy to ride the bus to practice, to ride my bike to the grocery store, do all these things, and it taught me a lot about what my love for the game meant to me and what I was willing to do for my love for the game. So that was a great season for me. MVP, won the championship, did everything I needed to do, and they supported me. Just kind of took off from there.
That's awesome. And then you ended up you kept going through like Europe because you played in Switzerland, you played in France.
Yep.
And what was your experience like playing all over those area playing in Europe? Did you have like a favorite stop anywhere?
Ah, man, after playing in France for 6 years, like that climate, it was like being in Albany again. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
so cold, and going to Israel, that climate is beautiful. So Israel is probably my favorite place. But France gave me a lot as a human being, as a person, not just a basketball player. I learned French while I was there. I took advantage of the opportunity. Just fortunately, they loved me enough to keep hiring me.
I love it. I love it, man. But well, you like it's like when you're looking at your numbers too in Europe, I mean, you were averaging, I mean, your first league in Denmark, you were averaging 25, and then you were over in Switzerland, you were around the 18 mark the whole time in Europe, which is
Mhm.
kind of crazy because Europe basketball, it's not like that. It's usually, isn't it like individual, like it's a team sport, it's like 10 points
Oh
usually.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of why I learned how to be a scorer in a very like strict system. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because there's no just take the ball and go do whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
to do everything you want to do inside the play. So I'm fortunate enough to have coaches that were patient with me. I traveled a lot. I got like my first overseas game, 8 turnovers, all traveling.
Oh my God.
8 turnovers,
Really?
first professional game, and I was like, man, I got to figure this out. So the learning curve was there, but I was just so happy to play the sport, love the game, and just kept learning.
That's awesome. That's great. And then you ended up playing in Israel. I mean, what's the stop like to play in Israel? I mean, you averaged 20, 23 points per game, 19 points per game. So you obviously took what you had from Europe and brought it right into Israel as well too. What was the experience to play over there? What's the fans like over there for basketball too?
Fans are crazy in Europe. I mean, everywhere,
Yeah.
everywhere overseas. Like, I'm a Cowboys fan. I mean, I'm not a diehard fan, but I'm a Cowboys fan. But you've never seen fans like this. All the stories you've heard about overseas fans, 100% true. I guarantee you, they're insane, and it's generational. Like, I played a team. He's like, my grandfather played for this team. My great great grandfather was a fan of this team, and I'm a fan of this team. And it's just deeper. It's deeper than just fandom.
Yeah. It's crazy. It looks like soccer games because when you look at the fans are like lighting up stuff. It's nuts. It looks like a great environment to be part of.
Seen it all. Throwing stuff on the court, firecrackers. I mean, smoke bombs, whatever you can imagine in the court, like in the gym.
That's
It-
crazy. But you also had some experience too to play against some NBA teams. You dropped 40 against Oklahoma City Thunder last year.
mhm.
Tell us about that experience and what was it like to play against some NBA players?
It's so here's kind of where the anime in me comes out. Like growing up, I'm thinking I want to fight the strongest guy. If I can fight the strongest guy, even if I lose, I'll get stronger. And it's a test for me, and I'm gonna take it as that. So going out there against him is like, oh yeah, I get to test my metal. Now I get to test my sword, how sharp it is, and got out there, and the hoop just started to grow in size. Like the hoop just kept getting bigger and bigger, and I just kept shooting it. It was great, man. It's in the zone. Like I don't even remember most of the game. It's just in the zone.
That's crazy. Did anyone come up to you from like OKC or like any of the players or anyone say
Yeah.
anything to you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was 37 at that time. So they was like, man, OG, like you can really hoop. It's cool. It's cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's
And
a
then
little bit of respect.
did you play against the Cavs this year too, right?
Yeah, we played against the Cavs. That was fun because I actually trained one of their guys, Zaire Smith.
Oh wow.
I had trained him in the same summer, and I told him, "Hey, I might see you later." And he was like, "Oh, he thinks it's just trainer talk. You know how trainers talk." And then he sees me out there. He's like, "Wow, like you're really out here." I was like, "Yeah, I can really go." So that was fun. Fun to surprise people.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's cool that you had the experience. I mean, your pro basketball experience, being able to play overseas, but also to be able to play against NBA teams too. That must be just such a great, I don't know, great way to bring it all back to, just your career and everything like that, of just being able to play all over, but also to have like a hell of a game against OKC, play against one of the players that you're training against and against the Cavs. I mean, what has been has there been like a favorite basketball experience with everything?
Man, I mean, as a professional, I've made tons of game winners against a lot of teams, big teams too. So those are kind of like I made a couple game winners against Maccabi Tel Aviv, one of the biggest clubs in Europe in EuroLeague, a lot of history. Beating them, game winner in their arena, for me, as a guy that has that fire and loves that competition, and the gym goes quiet once you make the stop, make the
Yeah,
shot.
yeah.
That's the kind of it's like, yeah, that's it. That's it.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. And you mentioned, we talked about, you mentioned a little bit, you trained someone on the Cavs, Zaire Smith. You have your
Mhm.
own training, your own player development, UnosLaboratory. Tell us about UnosLaboratory, what that entails, what you're doing, and now like what's it like to train kids and high school kids and be an inspiration in their lives.
I mean, I'm blessed, man. God has put some great parents, first of all, and great kids into my program. They believe in my curriculum and the way I do things. It may be a little unorthodox at times, but they believe in the path. And having kids that believe in me, putting that pressure on me to help them get better is even better for me. It's just like basket. It's just like playing, but just a different little twist. So you have to be prepared, just like the game, and you have to be deliberate. Um, so training has taught me a lot of things about preparation, different kinds of preparation, and just being locked in, paying attention at all times, and managing a business. It's fun. It's fun. It's rewarding. It's stressful. But once you see one of your trainees like go off, it's like, oh yeah, this is what we do all this crap for. Like, you know what I mean? So it's huge.
That's awesome. What's it like to see a kid that you train, Zaire, like be in the NBA, and like what's it like to see his journey and where he came from?
Oh man, it's amazing. I mean, it's happened so many times. I mean, I remember watching Tyrese, that plays for the 76ers. I remember him when he was in seventh grade. Like his dad coached him in high school. So even seeing him as a little kid to get to the NBA, his dream, and being in the gym with him, like after he's realized his dream is it's special, man. It's really special.
That's awesome. That's so cool that you were able to work with NBA players and you're continuing to work with some great players. I saw that you posted a player on your Instagram story that is like the #1 guard in Dallas now in class of 2025, right? Or something.
A young boy, yeah. He's getting
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
He's
That,
getting there.
that's
Can't let
that,
his head get too big. See,
yeah.
that's a part of the laboratory, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can have, successful experiments, but that guy, the main guy, he's the one with the answers. So that's what it's about.
I
It's
love it.
huge.
I love it. How'd you get? I want to know because Uno is your nickname. How'd you get the nickname Uno?
So I wore one in college. So one is like my number.
Okay.
And uh, overseas when I first started out, you couldn't have the number one. So I missed it all that time. And when I got to wear it again, um, people just started calling me Uno, like just call me one. So I was like, you know what, I like that. That's
Yeah.
gonna be my thing. Boom.
That's
I was waiting on it. So it kind of resonates, and it also reminds me of the effort that I have to put in. Like if you want to be one, it doesn't just happen. You
right.
have to put a lot of work. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. And last question about your basketball career. We connected through Coach Dalton, Tremaine Dalton. How did you guys meet? What's it been like to know Coach over the years as well too?
So T trained one of my teammates, and he actually came over into Israel to train him. So that's where I met him.
Yeah.
We connected again on the NBA tour. He was
Oh,
out in Cleveland, so that's what we got to really like sit down and like really talk about stuff. And he's a great guy, great vibe.
yeah.
Had a manga.
Yeah.
He told me he had a manga.
Yeah.
I said, we're best friends. What are you talking about? Like, my dream is to be in a manga, like, you know what I mean? So we connected instantly. He has roots in France. I played in France for a lot of years, speak French. So we had a lot of commonalities, and that's how we got to be, you know, good friends.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, coach is a really really nice guy. I felt like as soon as
He's a
it started,
bucket. He's a
what's that?
bucket. He's a
Yeah,
bucket.
he's a
Oh,
bucket. Played
he's a
against him
blast.
a little bit, or
Oh no, 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 no. But I've seen him.
yeah,
I've seen him.
yeah, he plays. I watched some of his videos, the one-on-one videos of him play. Oh my God.
Tough,
Yeah.
tough. We'll probably we're gonna link back up again in the gym. I'll get to test him and see what he's got. It's gonna be fun.
Can't wait to see it.
Oh yeah.
But the manga is what brings me back to what leads me into the anime, your anime background and everything. Because I'm excited to talk about this. You have the Zoro shirt on. I love that, the One Piece Zoro shirt. So you're already representing.
Oh yeah.
Um, what where did your anime fandom start? Where did your manga fandom start? Where did it all come from?
Oh man. So in middle school, was that seventh grade, eighth grade? I had a friend named Jin, Korean guy,
Yeah.
and hell of an artist. So he was sitting next to me in science class, and I see him drawing. I'm like, what is that? That is cool. So he starts to explain to me about Dragon Ball Z because it was Dragon Ball Z style. That's what he was
Yeah.
drawing at the time. And so he told me about it, and I just caught it on TV one day, and I was like, wow, this is too cool. Like I end up like drawing a comic that year just from I have like a little noob comic at my mom's house, but so that's kind of where it started. Like the fighting, the artistry, the rhythm of the episodes, like and the continuity of everything. People getting stronger, people getting better. Like it just resonated with me for some reason at a young age.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. Dragon Ball Z was like one that, well, Gundam and Dragon Ball Z were like one of the
Gundam and
first.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, those were like the first ones. The Gundam Wing was
Whoo!
one that really got me into like the Gundam area, and then I started watching Dragon Ball Z in like middle school, high school, and I was like, this is unbelievable.
Oh, this is it. This is
Yeah,
it. The character development, the characters are
right. Yeah, that's the best thing about anime, I think, is like the stories of like the character development, and it's just not like a constant same old like
right.
story, or like I don't know. It's just very it's original, all
It's
original.
original.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
Original.
very good to watch. But what is your favorite anime?
So I got actually have a new favorite anime. Blue Lock. Blue
Oh,
Lock is
so
I don't know what it is. I don't even. I mean, I'll watch soccer, but soccer's not like my sport. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But a friend of mine was telling me for like 3 or 4 weeks, like, "Yo, you need to watch this anime. You need to watch this anime." I'm like, "Soccer?" But I actually got into it, and I was like, "Wow, this is stuff that's going on in my mind while I'm playing basketball, but it's manifested itself in soccer." So that's my stuff right there, right now. I like
uh,
it. That and
I,
Demon Slayer, obviously.
I haven't seen Demon Slayer. I haven't seen Demon Slayer.
Yeah, that's art right there.
Yeah, that's what everyone tells me. It's like movie quality, basically, just like how good it is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
I'll have
it's
to,
great.
I gotta check it out. Blue Lock. I know a couple of the voice actors were actually on this podcast from Blue Lock. Bachira, the guy who plays Bachira.
Wow,
Yeah, they live in Dallas, actually. They live in Dallas. Yeah. That's funny enough,
that's wild.
they live in Dallas. That's where Crunchyroll is. So like I guess a lot of the voice actors live in that area. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, I might have to see link you guys up eventually down there.
Yeah, I need to do a tour or something.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, that's crazy. It's funny that that's the show. I like Blue Lock. Blue Lock reminds me of Squid Games meets soccer.
Kinda, yeah. Very
Yeah,
much so. Very, very much so. The
uh,
mentality has to be different. Yeah, if
yeah,
you want to face elimination and get through it to the end, and that's what you want, it's a lot.
yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a great show. What are you watching anything now, or any shows that you're enjoying?
I just finished last night. It's called Jobless Reincarnation, Mushoku Tensei, something like that.
Have not.
So there's been like this whole like slew of reincarnation animes that's came out, like Goblin Slayer is one of those. So a guy dies, he was a regular person, dies, comes back into a fantasy world with all these powers and stuff like that. So that's what it's about. It's borderline hentai, but it's okay.
At least you're honest. I love that. I saw the one that I saw a buddy of mine sent like a clip of like I got reincarnated into a vending machine or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that.
One of them or something.
I saw that on my Crunchyroll like for you list, and I was like, I'm not there yet. Not
Not quite there.
vending machine might be too much for me.
I love it. I like do you have like a favorite anime character or anyone that you enjoy?
Yeah, the MC from Blue Lock is like it was Goku. So if you watch Blue Lock, you'll see like the similarities between Goku and I think his name is Richie in Blue Lock.
Yeah,
Because I mean it's like you're trying to find the strongest people possible because that's the way you get stronger.
right.
And Goku, you know, he's a dummy, so that's to his detriment at a lot of points. But you know, it's just something that resonates with me. Something about fighting stronger people, finding the stronger guy to beat the stronger guy, and even if I lose, I'm still getting stronger. Like, so there isn't any losing unless you die. So,
I like it. I like that mentality.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Where you got that great mentality. That's an awesome mentality to have. I love that. I like how that carried over to basketball as well too, as for everything. I want to know starting five for anime basketball, starting five characters you have on your basketball team.
Okay, all right. Listen, my coach. I actually wrote this one down. So
Oh, nice. I like that.
my coach is gonna be Light from Death Note.
Okay. All right.
All right. So my PG is Gojo Satoru from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Okay. He's got those eyes.
Yeah. Him and my so Aaron Yeager's my small forward
All right.
from Attack on Titan. I got Kokoro Tensuya from Kokoro no Basket. Of course, I watched that.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's good.
It's another kind of guard kind of thing. And Cell.
Oh,
You know,
Cell.
you need that attitude. You need it.
Oh my God. Yeah, you do. You definitely need that. The Cell. Cell's the man.
Lord everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I love it.
Those are my guys, man. Those are my guys.
That's a great lineup right there. Do you now were you is Cell your favorite saga of all the Dragon Ball?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah. Cell Saga is the best saga for me.
Same here. I'm right there. I'm just right there with you. It's so good. There's nothing that compared to it so far.
So good. Like, I mean, like you don't see what's coming next too.
Right.
So that's also part of the thing. Like, ah man, good old days. The good old days.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I was just talking to you about all my old anime that I enjoy. Like
figurines, man. I need some figurines.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I don't really collect them. I just got these for my buddy, and then I picked up some Samurai Shampoo ones on Amazon recently. And I'm like, I might get like like I have all my old Gundam Wing ones from when I was a kid. I had,
nice.
Yeah, I gotta find.
Sell those, man.
Yeah, I gotta find those. I gotta get those out there. And find them because I have all the Gundam ones from when I was a kid. It was like not just Gundam Wing. It was like everything that they sold on Gundam. I was like I was buying because that was like me and my buddies thing back when we were kids. Just love Gundam.
You had it's the only friend I had. One friend that watched anime, like my Korean friend, and so the thing about anime is anime just got cool,
right?
Like 4 years ago,
yeah.
Like, that was not cool growing up. I had always had like three types of friends. Like my anime friends over here, my basketball friends over here, got church friends over here, and they never crossed over.
So yeah,
it's crazy.
It's nuts. I have like a few friends in my friend group that like we all like anime and we'll talk about it. But it was funny because like when I was in high school, playing sports. I have like my best friend who went to Japan. I was speaking about like him and I played soccer together in high school, and like everyone else would be going to like out to go like parties and stuff. We go hang out and watch like anime with like a couple of our other
Binge watch some
friends.
anime.
Yeah, like just like hang
Yeah.
out together. Instead, it's like, yeah, we don't want to do that. We just want to like chill and watch like we'd watch like Hellsing or something like that. Just like that's how we just like hung out.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
That's a good one. That's a good
yeah,
one. Yeah, my life. So like when I was overseas, anime helped me get through most of my career. So I'd
really.
be on bus rides. I'd download my anime episodes that I wanted to watch, and I would be watching them on the bus on these bus rides. So if one of my teammates walked by, it's like, man, what are you watching? You're a geek, you're a nerd, you're weird. Like I've gotten all of this, you know, BS from everybody, and all of a sudden it's like, yo, anime's cool now. I was like, what?
Yeah, yeah, right.
Man, I missed out on an era.
Yeah. No, seriously. It's so funny to see it so mainline now, and like
Right.
athletes, like pro athletes, like actors, magicians, like people like wearing like anime gear or like talking about their favorite animes. It's crazy. Michael B. Jordan, like him, like making like a Creed anime and like doing all like it's nuts to
Heard
like
of.
what's that?
It was unheard of.
Yeah, right.
You were weird.
Yeah, right. It's such like a funny like concept of like where we are from like when we were kids in high school. Like it was you're a nerd and like you're weird for liking that stuff, and then now it's like it's the coolest thing ever. I'm like, I've been watching this for years. Like what
For
like
years.
you're
You just
right.
started Naruto.
Yeah, yeah, right, right. It's like
Just started Naruto.
yeah.
I was watching that on DVD back in the
Yeah,
day.
right. Exactly. That's why I was like, I have the DVDs of this stuff that you guys are like talking about. Like,
Crazy.
I actually have like the VHS
Thugs.
tape. So,
Thugs during the day, otaku at night.
yeah, right. Yeah, right.
It's crazy. It's
It's
crazy.
it's nuts, man. All right. So I got one last question for you, Jay. Here at Anime Village, we create our own mangas, and we're also creating our own we have our own metaverse that's based off our own mangas, and our we're also creating RPGs based off our mangas. We have all different types of manga. So we have an action adventure type. We have a shonen. We have a slice of life. We're about to have like a mech one, and all this stuff coming out. A supernatural as well as one. That's like the second one that's in the work. We want to get your thoughts of being an anime and a manga fan, and knowing like what we're doing here at like Anime Village, to see that like a manga come to life on a video game and you can play your characters in real.
Oh my god, it's amazing. It's I'm not gonna say it's easy thing to do. It's a very difficult thing to manifest from 2D into like a game world, but seeing that kind of stuff being immersed more into something that I'm already immersed in is incredible. It's a different kind of experience. It's almost like experiencing it again for the first time.
Right.
So that's huge, man. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. It's gonna be the world's like not linear. It's like circular. There's like a lot of
Even
connections with characters, so it's cool.
oh yeah, that's cool, man. Anime games are always fun for me.
Yeah, yeah. Are you?
It's finding somebody to play with. That's the hardest
Yeah, yeah.
part.
Are you gonna play the new Dragon Ball Z one that's coming out? The Budokai.
I think I'm going to get it. I
Yeah.
didn't get the last one, but I'm thinking I'm going to give it a try.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta play. I'll play with you. I got an Xbox. We can play online. I don't know what else you play. I have a computer too, so I don't know whatever you play on.
Yeah, it's 5, man. It's Team Sony.
Team Sony. All right. I don't know if it's cross-platform, but I'll definitely end up getting a PlayStation eventually. So
Yeah. Yeah, you can play with my friends are tryhards, so they kill me. So you can play with me if you're not so good. You can play
No,
with
terrible. I haven't played video games in a while, but
I understand. That's huge, man. That's great. That's
yeah,
great.
yeah. I'll share the link with you of our mangas and everything, and then and then what we have development in the game you can play on a computer, you can play in the metaverse, and then we'll have an RPG that's in development. Once we get some more information, I'll share that stuff with you as well too. It's just a lot.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm looking.
it's pretty cool, man. It's exciting stuff. It's cool to be a part of the company and everything, and what Anime Village is doing here.
I'm interested. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
looking it up. I'm gonna
yeah,
be waiting.
that's awesome. I got one last question. Did you watch AOT or Jujutsu Kaisen or
Yeah,
anything?
I finished it. I That anime messed me up in a way that I hadn't been messed up by an anime, just because like, so from that season to the to the next season, there's a time gap, and I'm looking like, did I miss something? Like, I thought I got turned around in the episodes or something, but once I locked back in, I was like, wow, like this is a whole nother side of the story that I didn't even think was going to pop up. Like, those are the kind of animes that I like. Like,
Yeah,
no one could have guessed that. Like, of all things,
right.
whole
It's
another country.
yeah.
That was cool. It was cool. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's going to sound weird. Okay, this is going to sound weird, but just hear me out.
All right.
So most people don't like the tone of AOT, but I like that depressed, sad, like that's the human condition. Like, it's tough. Attack on Titan kind of captures that, even with the artistry, like the depression, the sad, the anticipation of going off to war and knowing that you're probably going to die, and like the fear. It just does a great job of capturing those emotions.
Right. Yeah, no, that show is like, I don't want to, no spoiler. I don't want to like give away anything, but just like how it, and yeah, like I can't like give it like nothing, but like it's just very like everything, the storyline of it is just like you said, it's kind of like realistic in some sort of ways of like
Hmm.
everything, how they
Hmm.
convey it. Yeah, the show was just fantastic. I thought it looked stupid from when I first like saw it. Like I was like, it looks like giant humans eating people. It's like that's not like what I really not what I'm into. And then over
Hmm.
COVID, my when I was living in Dallas, my friend was like, you should check this out. And then it was just out of
Uh,
this world.
yeah, I fought it too. I fought it too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, once you watch a few episodes, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is there's a deeper layer of this that I'm not getting to yet. Yeah,
Right. Yeah. It's nuts. But yeah, it's a good one. But yeah, man, this has been a lot of fun talking anime with you. I have to have you back on. We might have to do something with you and Tremaine, or maybe I can get some of the Blue Lock actors on for an episode and have you hop on with them, and we can.
right. I'll be. I don't even geek out like that. Like, I would be geeking out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll figure something out with that. We'll do something down the line with those guys. I know they're a little bit busier, but with their schedule, with their voice acting schedule and stuff. But and you're busy with your work, so we'll get something together maybe before the new year or
Yeah.
something.
Thanks so much for having me, man. I've been waiting for something like this 30 years.
Yeah, yeah, man. What? Well,
I'm glad you had me,
yeah, of course. I appreciate it, man. It's been a lot of fun, and good luck with the player development. It seems like you're doing amazing things down there. It would be awesome to even come down there and do a live interview. I still got some friends down there and everything like that, and we can chat more anime and stuff.
I'm with it, man. Looking forward to it. Looking
Sweet.
forward to seeing your products, the manga, the games. Hope you're ready for my critique.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, we'll have to give you. I'll send you the link right after this interview.
Sounds good.
All
Sounds
right,
good.
take it easy. Have a good night.
You too.